Alzheimer's disease is a progressive mental deterioration. It is not just a normal part of aging. Unfortunately, today there is no current cure. It remains the sixth leading cause of death in the United States. In fact, it is the only cause of death in the top 10 that cannot be prevented, cured, or even slowed down. In the beginning stages of Alzheimer's disease, the cortex shrivels up, damaging areas involved in thinking, planning, and remembering. In the later stages of Alzheimer's, shrinkage is especially severe in the hippocampus, an area of the cortex that plays a key role in formation of new memories. A neuron is a specialized cell transmitting nerve impulses throughout the body. Neurons send signals to other neurons via specialized contacts known as synapses. Synapses loss is the best pathological correlate of cognitive decline in Alzheimer's disease. Excessive beta amyloid proteins induce synapses loss and cognitive impairment. A person in the mild stages of Alzheimer's disease begins experiencing increased trouble with planning or organizing. A person in moderate stages begins experiencing personality and behavioral changes, such as delusions, and repetitive behavior, such as tissue shredding or hand wringing. A person in the severe stages of Alzheimer's needs round-the-clock assistance with daily activities and personal care, and they experience changes in physical abilities, including the ability to walk, sit, and eventually breathe and swallow. Alzheimer's tissue has many fewer nerve cells and synapses than a healthy brain. Plaques, or abnormal clusters of protein fragments, build up between nerve cells. Dead and dying nerve cells contain tangles, which are made up of twisted strands of protein. Oligomers are polymers made up of beta amyloid proteins, and they are made up of two or more beta amyloid subunits. They exert the toxic effects of Alzheimer's disease. Protein tau are proteins that stabilize microtubules. Excessive or abnormal phosphorylation of tau results in the transformation of normal adult tau into paired helical filament and neurofibrillary tangles. Neurofibrillary tangles are composed of misfolded forms of protein tau. They are a structural change that results in tau clumping into insoluble fibrils that under a microscope resemble thread-like fibers. Neurofibrillary tangles are a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Tangles are composed of misfolded forms of the protein tau. What causes tau to misfold and lose function has long been a mystery. As Alzheimer's disease progresses, tau pathology spreads from one brain region to another in a consistent pattern. Beta amyloid comes from a larger protein found in the fatty membrane surrounding the nerve cells. Plaques in the brain form when beta amyloid proteins clump together. Small clumps block cell-to-cell signaling at synapses. In the healthy areas of a nerve cell, the transport system is organized in orderly parallel strands, somewhat like a railroad track. Food molecules, cell parts, and other key materials travel along the tracks. A protein called tau helps keep the track straight. However, in areas where tangles are forming, tau collapses into twisted strands called tangles. The tracks can no longer stay straight. They fall apart and disintegrate. Nutrients and other essential supplies can no longer move throughout the cells, which will eventually die. Signals that form memories and thoughts move through an individual nerve cell as a tiny electrical charge. Nerve cells connect to one another at synapses. When a charge reaches a synapsis, it may trigger release of tiny bursts of chemicals called neurotransmitters. Alzheimer's disease disrupts both the way electrical charges travel within cells and the activity of neurotransmitters. Acetylcholine is a compound that occurs throughout the nervous system. It functions as a neurotransmitter, and it is found in cells called cholinergic neurons, which are involved in a variety of functions, including cognitive processing and motor function. When this neuron releases acetylcholine, it latches onto a neighboring neuron at locations called receptors, which are the mechanisms needed to pass signals along from cell to cell. Neurodegeneration is the degeneration of the nervous system, especially of the neurons in the brain. Neurons in various nuclei are lost in disease-specific distributions. Alzheimer's is the most common neurodegenerative disease.